Hey everyone, I am back with a few Squarespace updates. There's a lot happening in the commerce world in Squarespace. So today I'm just going to share a few things that they have updated in the commerce section. So if you don't have an online store, you might want to skip to the last part where I share one design update as well. So first of all, product reviews. That is still a fairly recent addition to Squarespace products. They're great actually. Now, having said that, I don't actually personally use them just yet, because one thing is if you turn them on, so if you go into your commerce store, you can actually turn them on here, like say, request reviews. And this will now send an email 14 days after someone has made a purchase asking them to review the product. You cannot change the timeline. The 14 days is fixed. That is set by Squarespace. Now, I haven't figured out yet if you can only show the reviews on certain, products. So for instance, I wouldn't mind having reviews for my Yuli planner, which is a physical product, but I don't need them for the service products because I am using service products a little bit differently, and I don't actually show product pages for my service products, which I use for my online courses. So to send an email with that, for product review when I don't have a page to display it on, seems a little futile, but I don't know if that is possible. I have put that question in. If I get an answer, I will let you know, but it looks like this is store-wide, so if you turn this on, it's actually turned on for the whole store. So here, you can request the review, then you can also customize this email. So if you click on this link here, it will bring you to the customization page here, and then you can just click on edit email, and then you can make changes here. This is really nice. I really like, how we have evolved when it comes to customer notifications. They are so much better than they used to be. And then you have a few display options here as well, whether you want to show product and store reviews. Store reviews are just overall, reviews for all the products in your store, or whether you just want to show specific reviews specific to the product. So you have a few options here. And now when someone receives this email now, requesting a review, if they then, click on write a review, then this is what they will see, so they can give it a rating here, and then they can just write their review. I try to find some examples of what it looks like. So I just got a couple here. So this is where someone has chosen to show, both product reviews and store reviews, which makes sense if you have multiple products in your store, because it could also potentially point people then to other products that you have. And then here is, just another one as well that does the same thing. So this is a really, really nice feature. So I would encourage you to have a look at this if you have a store, and, just have a look at all of these options. And you can also add Etsy reviews as well if you have an Etsy store. So have a, check it out. The next one has to do with also with commerce and connecting to Facebook and Instagram. So in your commerce section, this is new now, Facebook and Instagram. If you click on that, if you ever tried to connect your store to Instagram, for instance, not that straightforward. I've done it a couple of times. I couldn't even tell you off the top of my head how I did that. So, but they have made it a little bit easier now by adding this section now in commerce. Now you need to be on a commerce plan to be able to use this feature, which makes sense, for if you have a store. It's always good to be on the commerce plan. You can sell products on the business plan too, but you have to pay a transaction fee. if you have products, if you sell online, you know, I'd just go with the commerce plan. And then here, you know, it actually links you here now to an article that explains how to do it and how to set it up. Now, Squarespace help articles are actually really, really good. I always recommend, you know, if you're stuck with something, check out the help pages and just go through this step by step. You know, as you scroll through this, I mean, this looks like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. You know, this looks complicated. It is a little complex, you know, that's because of how Facebook works. And but these instructions are really good. So I would just say, you know, take some time and just follow these instructions step by step. And it's just made it a bit easier now. So here is your store link. You can also decide whether, you know, if someone then clicks on a product in Instagram or Facebook, if you want to show the product details page, or if you'd want people to go straight to the checkout page, which is great. That's really not bad at all. So someone could, you know, see something on Instagram and click on purchase, and then they can immediately purchase the product. So that's really nice. And then you can click here on add link to Meta. So I would recommend to have, to have this page open here, you know, with these step-by-step instructions. And then when you click on that link, you know, this now goes to Meta. And then if you are logged into Facebook, you know, it will recognize you. And then you upload the product info in this case, and then just follow the steps, you know, and then you'll be able to, you know, to link to your Instagram and Facebook accounts. Once you've done it, you know, then if you make any changes to your store, it will automatically update that in Instagram and in Facebook. I love that. I use it for my Yuli planner, which I have in my Instagram, and yeah, it's great. It works really well once you have it all set up. So they've made it just a little bit easier now to do that. Finally, no, not finally, I've got two more things. This is for Circle members, Squarespace Circle members, designers. So if you're not, you can just skip right to the next section. You probably have seen this already, but just in case you haven't, Squarespace have made some changes to the class names. If you use CSS in conjunction with commerce, you might just want to have a look at this post in the Circle. They have actually given us here the the classes that have changed, and they're doing this to make the system actually more stable and more consistent. So this is a good change. But if you use CSS and you have written code for commerce stores, you might want to have a quick look at that. And last but not least, this is now more fun, and we have a few additions to our site style, colors and fonts, you know. So let's go to site styles. Squarespace have added some font packages. So if I just go and click on switch here, so we have, you know, the three types of font packages here, sans serif, serif and mixed. And you can see here where, you know, it says new. These are all new packages, you know, and there are some really fun packages in here. I actually generally am pretty happy with the packages that Squarespace already provides, you know, and you probably, you know that you can also override any of these, you know, so you can go, for instance, in your global style settings here, you can go into headings and click on font family, and then here you can click on browse all fonts, so you can actually override your font package settings, you know, so this is where you would do that. And then in colors, let's go to the colors. Sorry, not fonts, colors. If you go to edit palette, they have added some more color palettes here. Now I have to say the traditional color palettes that we always had, they never did it for me. I really was not a fan of these. I've never used them. But some of these newer ones, they're actually not too bad. You know, they, you know, for instance, like this one here is, you know, this could be quite nice with the like lavender color and this nice green. And yeah, so have a little play around with this. You know, I feel that we have some, you know, some better choices now. We also have some choices that I have to say a little garish still, but hey, if that is your cup of tea, play around with that as well. But it's definitely nice to have, you know, to have a few more options here now, because I know that colors can be really tough for some people to actually decide on a color theme. And by having these predefined ones, you know, and you can of course then change them. So if you, for instance, select this one here, and then if you go, you know, to your palette editor, so let's say I want to make the lavender a little bit darker. So make sure you have this one selected, you know, so they have selected it here for the bright color, and then you can of course, you know, make changes, you know, so you could, for instance, make it a little bit darker here, and so you can just start with the palette, and then you can still customize it up here for each of the colors in the palette. So this is actually a really nice change, I think. And that's everything for today. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with Squarespace. Thank you very much.